Capital One has 31 credit cards. These include a mix of personal, business, and co-brand credit cards with certain retailers. 4 out of these cards make up the Savor line of credit cards with Capital One. Before making this video, I didn't even know there were 4 individual Savor cards. Yet after getting to know the exact details of each of these cards, there's info you need to know because you may genuinely want to consider one of them to be a part of your credit card setup. Starting off with the first one, we got the Capital One Savor One. The sign-up bonus is $200 after $500 in the minimum spend in the first 3 months. A secondary part of this intro bonus is 0% for 15 months on balance transfers. Coming to the earning structure, we're looking at a few bonus multiplier categories. First, we got 3% on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery spend. A few examples of where you're going to get this 3% on that entertainment category are going to include amusement parks, tourist attractions, aquariums, and others. A couple inclusions for this category are going to include spend at golf courses, collegiate sporting events, and more. Popular streaming services include Netflix, Hulu, as well as Disney+. Verizon Fios On Demand, AT&T TV, as well as Prime Video are a few examples of where you're not going to get any bonus spend for this category. Second, we got a couple of Capital One portal specific earn multipliers. If you're shopping on Capital One's entertainment portal, where you can buy tickets to sporting events, concerts, and more, you'll be getting 8% back. And if you're using Capital One's travel portal, you're looking at 5% back on spend for rental cars, flights, as well as hotels. And on all other spend, you're looking at 1%. Moving on to the benefits of this card, in addition to no foreign transaction fees, there's one benefit that's OP, overpowered in the whole industry, but only if it's applicable to you. Otherwise, it's pretty much useless. You get a complimentary monthly free membership to Uber's loyalty program known as Uber One. This provides free delivery on your Uber Eats order, as well as other Uber-related perks. Further, for Uber as well as Uber Eats, you're looking at 10% cash back for spend made on your Capital One Savor One. And as an FYI, these perks are valid until November 14th, 2024. In general, the Capital One Savor One is touted to be one of the top cards in the industry, especially with an annual fee of $0. This next Capital One Savor One has the same name. There's no sign-up bonus, so in other words, you're not going to get any type of intro bonus after X amount of spend, and neither are you going to get any 0% APR. You can do balance transfers, but it's going to be at the transfer APR, which is usually around that 30% region. Yet it does have the same earning structure as the Capital One Savor One. The big difference here is that the first one, you'll need to have excellent credit to be approved for, and with this version, it's something known as the version when you have good credit. There are many reasons why someone may be in the good credit category versus otherwise, but apart from that, if the current discipline is paying your bill in full and on time, this card is a supremely great card with the same earning structure as the excellent credit version. Yes, there's no sign-up bonus, but the point is you're still building your credit, you're getting great rewards, and the biggest cherry on top is this. There's another card within the Capital One ecosystem which charges you an annual fee for folks with a certain level of credit. Point being, this card as well luckily has no annual fee. From there, we got the third version of the same Capital One Savor One, and it's meant for a certain type of folk. There's a name for these type of folks, and the thing is, I once was one, and I still am. The name of these people are known as students. Officially, I'm not a student anymore. At the same time, you could say I'm a student of life. All right, jokes aside, you're looking at a sign-up bonus with this version of 50% cash back, and it's gonna be $50 after $100 in spend in the first 3 months. The difference between this version and the excellent version is that there is no 0% intro APR. The earn rate is the same as the excellent version and the good version. With this card, you'll get general Capital One cardholder benefits. At the same time, you're not gonna be getting a special student bonus such as what the Discover It student version has. Every year you can get $20 if your GPA is 3.0 or higher, and this can continue for 5 years, totaling $100. This Capital One card is fundamentally different in that the Savor One is the name for the other 3 we just covered, and this one, it can be kind of confusing, but it's known as the Capital One Savor. They have similar names, and simply put, the primary difference is as follows. The annual fee of the first 3 are $0, and with this one, it's gonna be $95. For $95, the difference you're looking at is in the sign-up bonus, where you're gonna be looking at a higher amount of $300 versus the $200, but the difference is you get $200 after $500 in spend with the excellent credit version of the Capital One Savor One, and with the Capital One Savor, you'll need to spend $3,000. The difference is you're looking at a 40% return on spend with the Capital One Savor One, yet with the lesser amount of spend, and with the Capital One Savor, it's gonna be 10% back. With the Savor One, we have a secondary intro bonus of that 0% APR for 15 months, but with the Capital One Savor, that isn't there. The earn rate for both is the same, except this difference. Instead of 3, you're looking at 4% on dining, popular streaming services, and entertainment. Grocery spend is still at 3%. If you do a simple break-even formula mathematically, a common equation that most land at is, let's say, $95 of an annual fee divided by 4% back on these elevated categories, and that would be the number for you to break even on this annual fee. Mathematically, $95 divided by 4% is essentially $95 times 25. This comes out to $2,375, so roughly $200 a month. This is what most would calculate, but the true break-even is this. Because we have the option of getting the Capital One Savor One with a 0% annual fee, where you can earn 3% in these categories instead of 4%, that's a delta of 1%. You're choosing the Capital One Savor to earn more, but really you're getting an extra value of that 1% multiplier for spending $95. If you do the math of $95 divided by 1%, now we're looking at a total of $9,500. $9,500 divided by 12 months is $791 and change, which we can round up to $800. This $800 is the true amount you need to spend in excess in these categories such as dining, popular streaming services, and entertainment to get that break-even value of paying the annual fee, and then spending more than $800 a month would be where you're really coming out ahead. The following can add immense value to your Capital One credit card setup as well as your entire credit card setup. There was rumor that this was going to stop sometime really soon, and it's essentially the fact that with the Capital One Savor One or the Savor itself, you're earning cash back, but if you have a card like the Capital One Venture X which earns miles, you can still transfer this cash back to that other card which earns miles. So you're essentially transferring your cash back into miles. This means those miles and points, if they're worth more than just that cash back face value, you could be coming out even more ahead. After spending on your Capital One Savor or Savor One, let's say your cashback balance is $50. $50 is 5,000 pennies. And if you transfer this 5,000 and make it into miles to get that $100 flight, then essentially that's where you're getting that 2 cents per point value. Let's say you got that $50 cashback amount by spending in the 3% category. Although it's in the 3% category, because each of those units are worth 2 cents per point, then that means it's essentially like you were earning 6% cash back. Like this, if you're going through the Capital One Entertainment portal and the prices made sense for whatever you're trying to shop for, then that 8% back is like 16% in value that you're getting back in terms of cash. Simply put, the Capital One Savor and Savor One aren't just cashback earning cards. They can earn these points which can be transferred to other programs such as hotels and well as airlines where you can get supreme value. Fun fact is I'm filming this at a Capital One cafe, the same one in Frisco, Texas that we have a full tour video on the channel of. And I've been editing this video here at a Capital One lounge at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. The thing is, the Capital One Savor or the Savor One, they don't actually give you lounge access, but you can get them with other Capital One cards in general. For you to make the most optimal decision, here's everything you need to know about the Venture line of cards by Capital One. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you love caffeine as much as I do, comment down with your favorite drink name below. Ooh, okay. Peace.